I can't be the only one who always wondered, what did Patrick Star actually do for a living? Now, I'll be very honest with you, I'm still kind of confused and don't even believe it myself, but you're not even going to understand the depths at how Patrick Star actually is able to afford anything he wants. Even though he lives under a rock, he's extraordinarily rich. Now, I'll tell you that right now as we break it down for you. He's also royalty, by the way, but let's get into the story. Now, the answers to the initial questions I had for you earlier is basically simple. If you've ever watched the modern day episodes of SpongeBob, you'll notice they have dropped a little down in quality in my personal opinion. However, there was one specific episode called The Rule of Dumb, and this managed to be extremely hilarious. In this particular episode, we unearth a surprising revelation about Patrick Star. He's actually royalty. He's of royal blood, and he can actually ascend to the throne at any moment if the people before him, get unalived. However, in this episode, we actually get to see what happens if he becomes king. And let me tell you, it's pretty much what we expected. Well, that's not actually 100% true, because that actually threw me for a real roller coaster, realizing how bad Patrick was as a leader, because he actually becomes a tyrant. He becomes a tyrant. This dumb little buffoon starfish was able to become a tyrant and rule over Bikini Bottom with an iron fist. Also, on a side note, he's actually also related to Gary, which makes Gary actually royalty because they both descend from the same tree line of the ancient kings and queens of, Bikini Bottom. But we're not going to go into that right now, since what we're really trying to do is find out what Patrick actually does for a living. So let's bring it back to the real world, our world, for a second here. And what we know is that all people that are part of the royal families also receive allowances for their duties. This could actually help to give us the answers we need to find out what Patrick actually does. Now, if we consider that Bikini Bottom operates on a similar system, imagine Patrick surviving comfortably thanks to his royal status, covering basic needs like food, rent, and even the cable TV. Basically means that Patrick literally has nothing he needs to worry about. He'll always be taken care of, which makes sense, because if you consider all the episodes of SpongeBob, Patrick's always been able to get anything he wants, buy anything he wants, waste his time, and it's probably why he's super lazy as well. He never had a need to go out there and work for something because he's always had it given to him. Now, with that being said, I want to also bring to attention here, now Gary's actually on a higher end of the royal family compared to Patrick, which also begs to differ. Why is Gary pretending to be a cat in front of SpongeBob here? Why is he a pet? Maybe there was this whole overthrowing thing, or maybe SpongeBob actually is the real villain and kidnapped Gary. That's why he's not even getting a chance at the royal family. Who knows? Or maybe SpongeBob secretly his protective guardian. I don't know. But that's a theory for another time. In conclusion, now we know what Patrick does for a living. He basically sits around doing what he wants because he gets a stipend from the royal family.